Hey, good morning. Good morning again, everyone. Welcome to this public hearing to receive public comment on Assembly Bill 2561, which is the status of job vacancies. It is 11:30 a.m. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Before we begin, please note the meeting is being recorded. Members of the public are encouraged to listen to the meeting by dialing into 415-569-6446 for the audio of the meeting. If you would like to provide public comment at today's public hearing, please call 415-569-6446 and let the facilitator know that you would like to speak. And with that, Madam Secretary, can you please call the roll?
Thank you. Starting with Director Cochran.
Here.
Devlin.
Here.
Giudice.
Here.
Hernandez.
Here.
Hill.
Here.
Maston.
Here.
Holton Peters is absent. Farr is absent. Parrish is absent. Rodoni is absent. Snyder is absent. Thier. Here. Second Vice President Garbarino. Here. First Vice President Hardeman.
Here.
And President Rapid.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
Great, thank you very much. And again, as a reminder, the purpose of today's public hearing is to receive public comment after staff provides a presentation about vacant positions here at the district. And with that, Madam Secretary, can you please summarize the public outreach efforts for this public hearing?
Thank you. In compliance with district policy, the public outreach was undertaken as follows. A notice of public hearing was posted to the district's website on April 27. Legal notices were published in the San Francisco Chronicle, Marin Independent Journal, and Santa Rosa Press Democrat on Thursday, May 1st and May 15th. Legal notices were posted on the Lavaz website, referenced in social media posts and weekly reports from May 1st through May 22nd. Email blasts were sent to customers on May 13th, posted on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, on May 13th, and the presentation is also made available in Spanish as per the district's language implementation plan.
Great, thank you very much. Attorney Sherman, does this public outreach described by the district secretary meet the district's legal requirements for calling this public hearing?
Yes, it does.
Great, thank you very much. And Madam Secretary, has there been any correspondence relative to this proposal?
As of close of business yesterday, we received no comments relative to the topic of this hearing. Any further comments received to this public hearing will be presented as a report in June, and if necessary, any recommendations will also be presented to the appropriate committee at that time.
Great, so before proceeding to the public hearing, Deputy General Manager Kelly Hopper is here to provide us with a presentation. Kelly, I'll now hand it over to you.
Thank you. Last January, the state of California enacted a regulation, AB 2361, which requires special districts to hold public hearings in relation to several different types of recruitment or acquisition and vacancies. Sorry about that. We had a hearing last year, and this is the second of that in compliance with that regulation. Now, the regulation has several components that are that must be addressed. Principally, we need to present a status of vacancies here at the district, as well as any recruitment activities or retention efforts that we are enacting to try to meet that. Make the presentation to the board, which we are doing today. Identify any necessary changes or recommendations received from the board to policies or recruitment activities to try to address any obstacles that we might have during the hiring process. And then finally, to allow the individual bargaining units to address the board as well as it relates to their bargaining units. So starting on page 2 of the public hearing, if you have that, we have itemized or listed out the vacancies by the bargaining unit currently. Now, this is a snapshot in time. As you can imagine, there's always recruiting activities going on. So I'll go through them briefly, and then I'll come back and touch on a couple of them. So pages 2, 3, and 4, and 5 of the report shows what the vacancies are. Let me just point out on operating engineers local 3, which is our patrol officers, we have currently 5 positions. We're actively recruiting for that. This is historically a very challenging position, as you've heard from this board has heard from, in that we have strong competition in a lot of competing areas locally for candidates in this field, but we continue to actively recruit for this position. In terms of our cement mason, I think this was on there last year because there was a cement mason on long-term leave. Happy to report our new cement mason starts in June. So in 2 weeks, that will soon be 100% filled. In terms of our amalgamated transit union, our bus operators, as you see, that number is quite high in this. But yesterday in the auditor controller's report, it was mentioned that in the coming year, 90 of those positions are being recommended for reduction in the actual organizational structure. So when that happens, that will bring it beneath the 90%. And leading up to this, that was quite intentional, leaving those positions vacant, as the general manager has reported again and again, demand on our public service, on our buses have been less, as well as the reorganization of regional scheduling with the mascots effort. It really, it caused a decreased demand for that number of bus operators. So we've really tried to be intentional with being aligning staffing resources with operational needs or demands, and the realities, quite honestly, of the financial realities of the district. So several of these within them, they might look like they have more than 20%, like the cement mason. Those are really small classifications within a bargaining unit. So when one person retires or leaves, we might need more than that. But when you look at the overall picture, right now it's our ATU, which would be addressed in the next year's budget, as well as the local 21, which that's engineering. We're still below the 20%. We continue to very actively try to address the engineering constraints in terms of just the demand in this market for a lot of those same kind of candidates that we're trying to get in the public sector. And with that, I'm completed.
Great, thank you very much, Kelly. Are there any additional comments by staff? Since this is a public hearing, the intent is to receive public comments on the subject matter. I'll ask my colleagues to hold their comments or questions for staff until the matter returns before us for discussion. So with that, Madam Secretary, can you outline the procedure that we will now follow to receive those public comments?
Thank you. This is a public hearing process, so there'll be one speaker at a time. We do have one speaker card, and we appreciate it if you stay on topic. We're going to ask you to state your name, although we do know you, Shane, and then state the organization that you're representing. And then we're giving you 3 minutes, so at the end of it, you'll see the light come on it there, okay?
I don't think I'm going to need 3 minutes. I appreciate this. I think this is an ongoing thing that we've been discussing for many years. We've had at times more than 280, but 275 positions full-time. We have 5 part-time. Right now, going into this next budget, as we saw, we're looking at 185 full-time and 5 part-time. And as you can imagine, being the president of the local, I'm a little bit concerned to see that many job vacancies kind of go away. And the reason why I say that is after this next class that we have, we're going to have 160 bus operators there. That really only leaves, 25 positions open for growth. That tells me we don't want to grow, or it tells me it's very easy to come back to this board and request that we can get those positions back. I hope that that's the case. I hope that we're being proactive. I hope that we're being out there trying to grow the bus division. I'm not necessarily seeing that right now, but I could be wrong. But it is just concerning that we only have a little buffer here of 25 positions, which could be 2 classes, and that could and the general manager is going to have to come back and ask for more of those positions back. It was a healthy take, and it begs the question: is it because we do need to report what Kelly just reported on, that we don't want to have those numbers north of 20%? I don't know the reason. I just wanted to, say I hope that we can get some of those positions back if they were needed in a quick manner. So thank you very much. That's all I had to say.
Thank you, Shane.
Thank you, Shane. We have no other speakers in the room. Justine, I'd like to turn it over to you for your public comment online. Do you have any public speakers on your line?
I do not, but I would like to poll the room if you don't mind, just to make sure we don't miss anybody.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. If you've joined this morning and you'd like to speak, please press ** to unmute yourself and give me your name. Again, if you'd like to make public comment, please press ** on your device and give me your name. I am not hearing anyone this morning, Madam Secretary. Thank you.
Thank you. We have no further public comments.
All right, then. The public comment portion of this public hearing is now closed. And Madam Secretary, please summarize the next steps in our process.
Thank you. The public comment period closes today at 4:30, May 22nd, 2026. Staff will evaluate any comments received and present a public report on this hearing in June. And if necessary, any recommendations will also be presented to any appropriate committee at that time.
Great. Thank you very much. Again, thank you all for joining us. Thank you. If there's no questions, comments, or concerns from my colleagues, this concludes the public hearing, and the time is 11:40, and we are adjourned. Thank you all.